With Aston Villa missing out on their key transfer target in Sver Nipan being pipped to the post by Manchester City, it seemed that Aston Villa were looking to recruit a young, future, upcoming talent to be able to mould into their team, to be able to loan out if possible, and to have a future star in the waiting. Well, it seems Aston Villa have looked elsewhere now, potentially have found a better future star living in the league of La Liga. And maybe, just maybe, this might be the answer. Buckle up, people. Aston Villa are at it again, and this time they found a new player to target. Welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. I hope you're well. Make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new on the road to 15,000 subscribers. And get in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on this one. And let me know your thoughts on Villa's strategy in the transfer market. It seems where we went for experienced players in January, just gone with the Rashfords, the Asensios, the Axel Disasis of this world, and Donyell Marlin. It seems now we're turning our recruitment to a slightly different approach. Young, upcoming, cheap to buy players who potentially could turn into superstars. And if they don't make it, then let's loan them out and try and get our money back. Well, let's get into this news. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the following. He has put out the tweet this morning saying, exclusive, Aston Villa start club-to-club talks for Real Betis talent Jesús Rodriguez. 2005-born talent on a shortlist of several clubs, but Villa made contact this week to start discussions. Now, this one, again, to be clear, is something that it seems that Aston Villa want to get in ahead. They're obviously really disappointed how they missed out on Nipan. They're obviously maybe waited a little bit later to start the approach with him, and Man City came in and stole him anyway, as Arsenal were the first club to approach Nipan. However, we look like with Jesús Rodriguez, we're going in first. We're going in for the big contact and seeing where we can pull with this. So this is one that we should definitely keep an eye on. 2005-born talent, so as I said, he's 20 years old and he's a sought-after player. So Fabrizio has confirmed this. This isn't exclusive, and we have started the approach of Real Betis. Now, why is this interesting, Real Betis? Obviously, we've had the likes of Alex Moreno being linked to maybe a possible transfer to Real Betis at left back if Betis signed Firpo and Moreno. But apart from that, it's another La Liga club that Monchi and Unai Emery will have good negotiations, good understanding, and good relationships with. And that is key to me. So let's have a look at the player in question who we want to sign, Jesús Rodriguez. And what are we sort of looking at? What type of profile of player have we got? Well, Jesús Rodriguez, as I said, is a Real Betis player. And his contract is a long-term one, has another 4 years. He had an extension. He joined in 2025 of this year, and his contract ends in 2029. He's a left winger and a Spanish under-21 international. So technically, he's actually still 19 years old. Doesn't turn 20 till November. And look at his estimated value of 30 million. Now, we haven't been given a price yet on the accolades of how much we think this guy Jesús Rodriguez is going to be. As Fabrizio said, we only started club talks. But I'd be interested to see if it is around that usual 25 to 30 million euros figure that we often see touted around. Let's look into him further, though. So, again, a bit more information to give you on Jesús Rodriguez. What did his season look like this year? Well, he had 21 appearances in La Liga, in which he was in the starting 11 63% of the time. Remember, this is a 19-year-old and played 52% of the minutes. So not bad, really. Not bad. Especially I like that starting 11 statistic that, you know, of those 21 appearances, 63% were in the starting 11. 2 goals, 1 assist. Maybe that is something as a left winger we want to look at in terms of probably a bigger return. But for his first full season in La Liga, for Real Betis, not bad at all. We can also see here that he played in the Conference League and 8 appearances in the Conference League as well. So a player who had a potential 24 games made 21 appearances. I like that. Clearly a talent there as well. And as I sort of said, his predominant position is a left winger, and his market value is just going up and up and up. They reckon in March 2025, he's worth 10 million. But because of his season and the way he's performed this year, is elevated. So that's quite clear that rising trajectory of how he's caught the eye of so many. So before you sort of go, okay, mine's made up, it's a youngster. There's another really good article that I want to share with you about Jesús Rodriguez and why, again, we should be excited. Now, many people will sit here and go, So is this guy going to go into our starting lineup? Very hard to tell, because if you look at Morgan Rogers, for example, we signed a young player there from Middlesbrough who seamlessly went into our starting lineup. Whether that was by fault or choice because of injuries, Morgan Rogers got his opportunity and his chances. We've seen Jacob Ramsey go into the Aston Villa first team at such a young age as well. And so there is no doubt that actually if Jesus Rodriguez is ready, then that position is there for him. So have a look at this then, a little bit more in-depth information on him. So I like the title of this: Jesus Rodriguez, Real Betis is diamond in the rough. I like it. I like that. I'm sold already. A diamond in the rough, because that's what Unai Emery is brilliant at doing. Unai Emery is brilliant at taking players who have a lot of raw potential, a lot of talent, and making them into that glistening diamond. Real Betis have another fairly promising season in La Liga, sat in 6th place. One of their brightest sparks in recent weeks has been the emergence of young winger Jesus Rodriguez. Having started the season playing for the club's B team in the Spanish 3rd division, the under-19 international has emerged as a key figure in the first team and impressed in La Liga. Quite a step up for the Betis Cantera product. So what is it about Rodriguez that has caught the eye of manager Manuel Pellegrini? So a couple of things for me on that one quickly. He's come through and he's earned his right from the lower divisions. 3rd division of Spain, he's earned the sort of accolades. He's caught the eye of Manuel Pellegrini. We're talking about a very prestigious manager, a manager who knows how to win things, a good eye for a talent, and he's put him in, fast-tracked him into the first team and emerged really well. So I like that. Here's some more info then on Jesus Rodriguez. So the article then goes on to say, pace to burn. The first thing you notice about Rodriguez is his blistering pace. This isn't the nippy pace you might expect from a young winger, but explosive and powerful sprinter like running. The youngster's 6-foot frame, tool for a winger, and long stride length for length mean he can generate the kind of top speed most wide players could dream of. But yeah, apparently very reminiscent of a Gareth Bale running style. And I like that. I like that. And apparently he's got a similar goal of that of Gareth Bale, in which he destroyed Mark Bartra. So look, I like it. Too quick, too powerful. We absolutely love that. And look at his profile as well. A long, gangly, strong winger. I like that. I like seeing that. And you can see his blistering speed there. Watching Rodriguez, you can see that this is typical of his approach to dribbling. The winger thrives in open spaces and in transition, where his top speed is already unmatchable for most defenders. He will simply take a big touch into space and a defender can't stay with him. I like it. Because why do I like it? Because what does Unai Emery love playing? On transition. Turn the ball over quickly, have a ball carrier, and get the ball. So this guy, for me, is the perfect profile for an Unai Emery sort of player. And I've already getting the vibes. I've seen what Unai Emery can do with Morgan Rogers. Well, I can only imagine what he can do to Jesus Rodriguez in an Aston Villa shirt. Transition to La Liga. What is most impressive about Rodriguez season to date is where he's dribbling has transaction to La Liga. So he's taken it from the lower leagues and done there. I'm not going to go into those too much of stats. But if you want to the downside of it, lack of penalty area impact. However, the young winger's other statistics are much less impressive. Rodriguez is dispossessed frequently, whilst offering little in terms of expected goal output. This is a theme shared with his 3rd division performances. From watching him play, you can see why he struggles to make a meaningful impact in the opposition final third. Rodriguez is not the kind of player who consistently beats opponents with quick footwork, instead preferring to go past defenders with space to outrun them. In congested areas, this means he can find it tough to get going. His higher centre of gravity also makes it relatively easy for defenders to disrupt his dribbling in tight areas. Even when he does get beyond the fullback into the penalty area, he's frequently playing the final pass at a stretch or off balance. Okay, so that is interesting. I'm going to quickly read this last bit. At just 19, Rodriguez has time to develop these skills, but it's far from a sure thing he ever becomes truly comfortable facing deep line defences. It's an issue that has capped the careers of other open space reliant dribblers like Adama Traore or Moses Simon. Okay, so I've got enough of understanding to know what type of player we've got here. We've got a player who cannot play against low blocks. We've got a player who needs space and counter-attack and transition. And so we have a player that Unai Emery knows would be good for certain occasions, certain games. You think of going to the likes of Liverpool or Man City away, where you've got that space to run into and a player could change the game like that. But then you've got those games at Villa Park where teams come and sit which can defend against us. So the big question is Unai Emery that gifted, that brilliant, that he could turn this Jesus Rodriguez, an absolute raw, blistering winger, into a bit more of a technical player and take his pace and speed and his technical, put them together and have an absolute superstar? Let me know your thoughts then on this player that I've just gone through. Jesus Rodriguez, the new future star. I see the potential, do you? Let me know in the comments. Smash a like, subscribe. I'm out of here, people. Ta-da.